Scorpio, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. There's always an extended reading, which I invite you to join me for, and that link is down below in the description box as well as the comment section. Or you can join the Unbound membership to this channel and get unlimited access to every single one of the extended readings, and I hope you'll consider that. If you want to join me daily for a daily intuitive general tarot card reading, then Scorpio, go ahead and follow me on my second YouTube channel, Astrology Motivation, which I'll attach the link above to. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Scorpio content comes out every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time over here. We had an exceptional reading last week, and I want to thank you guys so much for showing up. This week is contentious. There's a lot of conflict and opposition in your energy, which means you're going to be confronting issues with finances and issues with your thought process or things that you think. You could also be in conflict a lot with your romantic partner or what you thought was a romance that you had, and realities are starting to shake that. The challenges to your self-worth and challenges to what you believed will be front and center. And this new moon is really going to challenge, hey, is it new or is it the same old pattern? So we have this card here. See the big picture, but it's coming out in reverse. I'm going to get into the other cards, of course, but in reverse, what this card usually means is that you've been looking, it's like things have been too narrow-sighted. You haven't been looking far enough into the future. You've just been looking at instantaneous gratification or what's right in front of your nose and not seeing far enough into the distance, not even the future. It's the distance. Like what's the big picture? This is looking at what's right in front of you. Now, this could also be a good thing. So we're going to get into the other cards and see, because it could be that, it's not about what's long term. It's not about something like big. It's something that is actually right in front of you that you may never have noticed before, or somebody noticing you as if you just appeared out of the blue, but you've been there all along. So let's flip over these cards. Make your dreams real. This card usually, this is Scorpionic energy, but it can be very manipulative energy. It can be weaving something, putting something together, creating something, especially if you've been writing, designing, or coding also as well. See the big picture, make your dreams real. But this is also predatory, time to let go. This is the energy of a predator who's been looking for their next meal instead of how to keep themselves fed. The Taurus energy is in reverse, so it's speaking of a compromised value system. It's speaking perhaps of also being undervalued. And if that's the case and that's what you've been experiencing, Scorpio, you have been feeling this for a while. You've been feeling undervalued, perhaps betrayed, and you've been feeling it because this is how it's been manifesting in your life. You know or understand that you constantly have to make adjustments. No matter where you are or who you're with, you feel like you're the one that always has to patch things up, sew things together, adjust, or improvise in every situation that you can never really get, which would culminate in feeling really stressed out all the time. So this could be interrupting your sleep, and if you've been having a lot of nightmares, that would make sense, because it's not necessarily predictive as much as it's your mind telling you you're always feeling uncomfortable. This is all those really difficult emotions that are coming out in your dreams, trying to put them in a form where maybe you could see that, hey, things just aren't right now. And they're not right because you're overcompensating too much and you're kind of burying it and suppressing it and pushing it down. And there's something here that you're just, it's really just, I'll tell you, based on the astrology, it's got to do with something financial or something in terms of relationships, because there's a major opposition that's forming by the end of this week with Venus, and it's just a tough, difficult situation, especially if you're talking about love between you and your family, because Venus is still in Cancer when this is starting. There is just this sense of maybe trying to force something, trying to force it, and you can feel it because it starts to wear on you. Signs of exhaustion come from, but shouldn't this be so simple? I remember I used to feel this a lot. I had a conversation with my friend a long time ago, and I was telling her, because I have, and I think I've discussed this with you guys before, I have Tourette syndrome and OCD, and I was diagnosed with it both in my 20s, but that they started when I was in elementary school. And I told her one day, I was like, you know, people have no idea how much effort it takes every day just for me to appear normal. And even then, I don't really pull it off because tics just come out. And that's when I was still trying to suppress them a lot. And that is the best, and this reading has got nothing to do with me, it's got to do with you, but you'll start to feel that. You'll start to feel, why am I so exhausted? Why am I so stressed? Why has that been happening so much to me lately? Because you are working overtime. You are working overtime to appear normal, to make everything seem like it is just fine, and it just isn't. The problem is, and yes, I'm going to say this, and this is not to be confrontational with you guys, it's to be straight with you guys. You are definitely part of the problem in that you are refusing to let something go because, oh, it was right in front of me. I grabbed it, and I'm going to use all my energy and all my talents and all my skills and all my love and all my beauty and all my attractiveness and all my talent and all my intelligence to make this happen, to make it work, to turn this in front of me into exactly what I want it to be. The problem is it's resisting you because it's never actually been yours. And that's where the exhaustion is coming from. And you're right, my love. It doesn't appreciate you. Whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's an opportunity, you are right, it doesn't appreciate you. But why should it when it's not really yours? It doesn't want to be there. It stayed for the comfort. It stayed for all that you provide. It stayed because of its own weakness, its own selfishness, and its own laziness, whatever it is, a relationship, a job, whatever it is. It stayed because, yes, you are exceptional and you are valuable and it makes sense to keep you around. But I tell you, the tension has been building on the other side too. Why aren't I happy? Because the truth is this, when we are honest, there is always truth in love, and love is always the truth. And there is something that you're doing, engaging in, working at, committing yourself to, crazy amounts of effort, because most of the energy here is yours. You see Scorpio energy, and then you see Taurus energy on the flip side, and it's upside down. I've been watching Stranger Things too much. It's upside down. It's the upside down world. Nothing is right. Everything is deteriorated. It is not. This is the being undervalued. So the reason is in just these three cards here, because because your heart is being gnawed at, and like a spider, you have been weaving your web. And it has captured things. and it has gotten things stuck. But those things don't feel at ease. Those things don't feel at home. They feel stuck. They feel trapped. They feel like a predator has gotten them. And I'll tell you this right now. If that's the way somebody feels about you, they don't value you. They have valued what you have brought to them, but they do not value you. And I'm wondering, my dear, why you have been settling for this that doesn't value you. I know, and this is the truth about Scorpionic energy, not Scorpios in general, because many Scorpios have understood this about themselves, and in the knowledge and wisdom of it, they have learned to compensate for it and balance it out. And that is, you're such tender, beautiful souls but you want to be in control. You want to be in control because being vulnerable is one of the worst things possible for a Scorpio. I think it's the most worst thing possible. And a lot of times it traps you. It traps you into a web of your own design where you have everybody in their perfect place, wrapped up and suffocating in your twine. And they're not happy. And you're not happy because they're not contributing because they can't even move around. And you're not getting anything back. You're doing everything. And that's what happens in a situation where control becomes a priority. You end up doing everything, and you will forever be responsible for doing everything. You will end up being surrounded by people that will constantly rely on you to constantly continue to do and make all the effort, because taking a risk on people who actually care about you was scary. And that's what's happening. There is something here that is undervalued, caught. It was right there in front of you, or you were right there in front of it. And that was it. That was all it did. It was like, oh, this looks good, I'll take it. Forget about if it would make you sick. Forget about understanding it or knowing it or learning about it. Forget about any of those things. There was just this preconceived idea that I'll make it into what I want it to make it into. Now, I'm not saying don't go after your dreams. I think dreams are as in aspirations, not as in the dreams you have nighttime, REM sleep. This is energy that is coming into consciousness now, not to torment you or torture you, but to liberate you. And I've said this from the beginning of the year. The universe is so beautiful for us right now because it's not trying to just dismantle us. Like over the past 2 years, definitely 2020, it was fucked up. I mean, it was like the universe was coming in, it didn't give a shit. I mean, full on like machine gun, didn't even care who it was knocking off. That's not how it is this year. This year, it is maybe some tough love, but it's doing it for one reason. It wants to realign us with our purpose and put us on the path to success. And it's helping us. And so even though this is some pretty painful shit, this is definitely stuff that is helping to unravel you, you know, to untrap you. You are not responsible for weaving the entire world or creating the vision or the image or the spectacle for everyone. You are wearing yourself out, and it is because they don't get it and they don't see your value. This card absolutely confirms it. And my question, and the question you'll confront Thursday on the new moon, is, why do you think that's all you're worth? Let's go. Scorpio. Ah, that's beautiful. So there is definitely a turning of the tides here. We have sweet results await. This is Leo season by singing your own song. This is you like learning who you are, realizing your true power, your true purpose. This is a benefit of this week, that you will finally say what you want to say and be able to be heard. Be heard and be valued. Okay? Okay, now is a lucky time. That's great news. That's great news. How is it lucky? Please confirm how does this tide turn, or what is the change? The Lovers. Is this a person? Is this a person? Yeah. It's a new love. Or it is a new person. This could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, in something new, a new beginning, or somebody younger or just smaller in stature. That's all those things the Knight of Cups can represent. But I asked if it's a person because this could also, in a lot of ways, just represent people who really, really value you and are very attracted to you. The Knight of Cups is about a new offer, an actual person, somebody who cares, somebody who understands, somebody who empathizes, and somebody who fits perfectly with you. A lot of times we see this could also be an offer, a love offer made. You could have been feeling, see, this is why I got to tell you, you got to listen to the end. Because this comes out, the full story comes out, so there will be a catharsis into the extended reading. So thank you for watching this far. This is a person. This is a person. And so what my question, well, let's go back to the question. What changes things? The right person showing up? The right opportunity showing up? Because you've been trying to make something work that just wasn't going to work. You've been trying to make something work that just wasn't. Nope, wasn't. I want to know how this happens. Let's check the moon cards simply because we have a new moon coming. Scorpio. Be bold and make the first move, and a fiery climax approaches. So this is Aries energy. So this is you going after what you want. This is you taking that first step. This is you coming out and making an advance, maybe on somebody. This could be you making an offer. In other words, the change is you. And this happens probably because of this grand cross that we have this week around that new moon. That's going to be so frustrating and so conflicting and so trapping. Felt like you're just maybe even tied up, if not in your own web, then somebody else's web. Really, that's just been gnawing at your heart because of the way that they undervalue you. This is you basically actually just calling it out and saying it, and not even to confront the person, but to actually just be like, it's like coming out and just talking to somebody else, or reaching out to a new employer. It would literally be like being so unhappy and feeling so stuck that that's what makes you explode and do the thing that you needed to do, absolutely must do, and have been avoiding, because it is this sense of, but I want to make this work. Where I am right now, I want to make it work. I have to make it work. I've committed this much. I've committed this far. But ultimately, it's so done. You're so fucking done that it's actually you that comes out. You connect really quickly with another person. Could be the sound of their voice that is recognizable to you. And it's just intuitive. It's not even a thought. I think you circumnavigate the thought and you act on your intuition. Be bold and make the first move. A fiery climax approaches. It's just fire. It's bam. It's just talking about it. Maybe even, we're going to get deeper in the extended. This is a sense of, could be conflict. Definitely yelling, screaming, saying it. That could be what turns the tide and snaps somebody out of this bullshit of really doing things that make you feel hurt, trapped, and undervalued. Or it's just you, once is enough, done is done. And it's not because of this great revelation, or it is this, like, it's almost like something that's beautiful comes into your life, Scorpio, and it's there and it's real, and it's not just a dream, something that is right, something that is really beautiful and counters everything that you thought you've been putting together. It just makes everything that you've been putting together look like piecemeal bullshit. When you see the absolute perfection of this connection or this offer, and it's something that you just got to take, and that's what pushes you over the edge. Do you want more details? I hope so. Please click the link below. I'll see you guys there.